another amazing movie is Scrooge with Bill Murray. This movie is the best. It's basically, well, now it's not really a recent form of A Christmas Carol, but back in, when was this made? I think this was made in the 80s, right? Yeah, 1988. So it's basically kind of depicting like the media's corruption and stuff like that. Like he's a higher up in the media, and they're doing a live action, which is funny because NBC now does a bunch of these live performances of like Hairspray and The Wiz and all these different musicals that were going on live. And this is like the first time that, you know, media was going to do that. And so they chose to pick A Christmas Carol. And Bill Murray, the main guy, Frank, is like the head honcho of the whole thing. And he's getting really hard on the actors and all of his workers around the Christmas time, even though they're going to be putting this on Christmas Day. And, you know, it has all those players. It has Tiny Tim. It has him getting visited by the ghosts of Christmas present, past, and future, including his old boss, who was, of course, dead, who had his job before him. And it's just a great tale, another life lesson around the holidays, that you shouldn't be greedy, you shouldn't be mean, you should care about people and care about the ones you love and the people who love you back. And just, I don't know, it's hilarious. It's just a funny version of A Christmas Carol.
Yeah, they've done like quite different versions of that. I mean, I think I even remember. What was it? What was the movie called? I think it was a movie with Matthew McConaughey and Jennifer Garner. Was it the Ghost of Girlfriend's Past? They did something that was along that lines where they were just talking about, you know, hey, these are your girlfriends of your past, the girlfriends you've been recently dating in the present, and then this would be like what your life will be in the future if you don't change your ways. And, you know, that's for like another time. But still, Christmas Carol has always been something that really has stuck out to a lot of people as a timeless classic. I mean, they've done regular versions. They've done one with Jim Carrey, Disney created. Muppets even did one, which I think is by far my favorite one. Because, all honesty, I look at that movie and I also think to myself, yeah, The Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come was one of the freakiest things I had ever seen. Because I didn't know if that was like an actual person behind there, or if that was like a new Muppet that I'd never seen. For all we know, it could have been Big Bird behind a giant robe. And I'd be thinking to myself, bravo, Big Bird, for doing that. Holy cow, that's insane. But all in all, yeah. And Michael Caine was Scrooge in that one, which, of course, looking back now, I'm thinking, wow, this guy really went downhill with this stuff, because then he turned into to Alfred for Dark Knight, which I'm not saying that he's a bad actor, but at the same time, it's like, dude, Michael Caine deserves a little more credit than what he's given. He's an amazing actor. I mean, my God, give him a little more credit. Give him more lines, bottom line, is what I'm saying.
Michael, you're talking about?
Michael Caine, yeah.
Oh, Caine.
Michael Caine. No, Michael Caine. No, not Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton, I don't think had anything to do with A Christmas Carol in any shape or form.
No, that's what I was wondering. I was like, wait a second. I'm losing you. It was like, because he's going to be in the new Spider-Man movie, so watch out.
Oh, that's right. No, I'm talking about Michael Caine, as in, like, you know, Austin Powers' dad. You know, his Faja.
Gotcha.
His Faja.
Gotcha. Brutally, baby.
Oh, man. I think we're going to have to do a movie, do a list of movies that we need to see more sequels of, because I think that they could do one more Austin Powers movie before calling it quit. But we'll get into that another time. I think I'm up with movies. One that I've kind of enjoyed, and even though they might have done one too many of these, still very, very good. That being the Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen, and then eventually joining up with, you know, Martin Short in the third one. All the great characters that are. This is kind of what, you know, I kind of expect what things would be like if, there was the North Pole and there was all the reindeer and everything like that. I think that, first and second one, I thought, okay, this is good. This is good. I think they kind of animated the reindeer a little bit too much because I think when they just made them realistic the first time around, I'm like, that's fine. That's fine. Reindeer aren't doing anything or something like that. Then they animated them the second time. It's like, okay, so now they're going to just be like comedy relief. Great. But all in all, like I said, the stories for all three of them are still really good. The first one, of course, being with Tim Allen being a businessman who almost like a regular Scrooge, and then he happens upon a Santa Claus, which he doesn't realize is the real deal. So he takes over for him, goes on this crazy adventure, and he becomes Santa Claus. Second one, he has to either get married or he doesn't become Santa anymore. I want to say this, though. One of my favorite lines in that movie was they were talking about the naughty list, and one of the elves just said, it's Charlie. And he just says, Sheen? I thought that he was going to be good this year. I'm thinking, oh, wow. Because now looking back at it, I'm like, well, he's now on the naughty list, every year since then. So, yeah.
Catch that.
I didn't catch it until I had to look back, and I'm thinking, oh, they made a Charlie Sheen reference. That's awesome. At the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, he's a bad boy. Sure, whatever. And then the third one is, of course, talking about what is known as the escape clause, where they can just find a way for him to not be Santa Claus anymore. And all in all, I thought it was pretty good. I thought that the chemistry between Tim Allen and Martin Short was phenomenal. And if you see all the stuff the nuisance that they get behind the scenes, you would just know that they have so much creative juices behind the two of them. It's just amazing. So I honestly do love watching the Santa Claus movies, even though a lot of people are just saying, like, they weren't that good. It's like, well, they're good enough, so at least cut them some slack there.
Right. I liked all the Santa Clauses, too. So, I agree with you that it's like, okay, we can stop with the sequel. The first one was great. But, yeah, that's definitely a holiday favorite.
I will admit, when they brought in a lot of those like other characters, like the Easter Bunny, Mother Nature, Father Time, even Sandy the Sandman, I thought that was just comical. Just seeing that. The many names for the Tooth Fairy. Or how about this, Roy? Oh yeah. No kid's gonna put their tooth under a pillow for a guy named Roy. Okay. All right, so for this final movie, it's going to be kind of a collaborative deal between myself and Tori because these are all the timeless classics that we grew up with, and we apparently both of us have the box set of these movies that are just too awesome to not even mention. So we're just going to mention all of them and then kind of talk about maybe some of them bit by bit, and we'll kind of go from there. Let us know what you guys think about it. So, do you want to just list off some of the classics that you were mentioning to me earlier?
Yeah, definitely. I'll say them all, and everybody hopefully has seen these. If they haven't, then they need to go turn on their TV because they're playing every night.
Well, first turn on their eyes and then turn on the TV because this is worth watching.
Yeah, exactly. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and The Little Drummer Boy.
All four of those just timeless classics, and they had very interesting spin-offs. I will mention this one. The movie A Year Without Santa Claus was awesome because of the simple fact that I think that story was understandable, but I think what really drew me in was the Miser Brothers. Freeze and the Heat Miser. Oh my gosh! And for those of you that might knock on the songs and they're saying like, oh, they're basically both the same songs. I don't care if one song is slower than the other one, which is more peppy and more happy. It's still one of those things that ropes me in, and I think this is awesome. This is what I need to see in a movie. It's just basically like a yin and a yang working against each other, but also they're, of course, brothers, and their mom being Mother Nature, well, you can kind of see how that turned out. But all in all, geez Louise, I loved those songs. They were just awesome.
Don't they have, like, is this the same one as, I think they have another one of, like, Baby New Year or something? Isn't that one and Rudolph's in it?
I think they do. I know they also did Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. I know they did that one too, but...
Oh, that might be it.
Was it? No, I don't think... well, if we think about it, we'll probably bring it up next week, but of course, gotta talk about the classics because, oh my gosh. I think we gotta start off with... I think I definitely need to talk a little bit about this because my mom probably listens to the show. Frosty the Snowman. What happens when a magical hat is put on the head of a snowman? You get one of the best and crazy... Yep, you get Frosty the Snowman. You get one of the craziest and wildest adventures that you could ever see. All in all, great. I know they had another snowman called Snowden, D-E-N, that they kind of did the same thing with, but instead of little kids, it was little forest critters, stuff like that. Still fun. I would still recommend it. But Frosty the Snowman was the original magical snowman that cannot be beat, no matter who you have.
I loved Frosty. I think that, well, no, he wasn't my favorite, but he was up there. Every year I had to watch it. And every year I'd be like, Happy Birthday! I think I actually had some anime conventions because, I mean, his hat looks like steampunk hat. I'm pretty sure I've done this joke a few times. And I've taken the hat off of somebody and put it on my head and then said Happy Birthday. And usually I get a little chuckle, so I haven't overused it yet.
Well, I think one of these days I'm just going to have to give you like a top hat for your next anime costume, which I'm hoping is going to be like a cosplay Frosty the Snowman. I think that'd be awesome.
I think I would use Jack Frost better.
Or Jack Frost, that works too.
Round. And Jack Frost is also one of those claymation movies.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then we go into Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. What happens when they've done like a lot of different origins for what happened with Rudolph. I think it kind of just started off with him having a regular red nose, and then starts lighting up because I guess maybe a snow wizard or sorcerer or something like that gave him the powers or something like that. I don't know. It's a complicated deal, but I like this simplified version. It was just one of those things where it's like, hey, this reindeer has a red nose, it shines. Simply put, the ridicule part kind of makes it a little too real, but at the same time, it's just like, well, I guess you can't say that he came from humble beginnings without him getting a little bit of ridicule there. But all in all, loved every single bit of it. Of course, one of the most memorable characters of all time being, Herbie the Dentist too as well. But I was thinking of Yukon Cornelius. Oh my gosh, I loved that character. He was the comedy relief, but he was also just one of those guys who was like, I want to be like that guy. I want to just be that guy who's just, finding gold everywhere. Yes. Oh, man.
Rudolph was my favorite of all time. Rudolph won. Every time Rudolph, and even, I was just at a bar, and they had Rudolph on silent. At the bar, and people were trying to talk to me, and I'm pretty sure I was just watching it silently. And then people would, turn to me, and I'm like, it's the part where I'm cute! And they're like, there's no sound on this. And I'm like, it doesn't need sound. I know it. It's in my head. They're like, whoa, Tori, calm down. Oh, okay, sorry, just love this. Why does the bar have it on if they're not going to put the sound on?
It's like, let me enjoy something that was great for my childhood, okay? Just let me enjoy it for once.
Why should I be talking to people when I could be watching Rudolph?
It's like, I don't want to socialize right now. I just want to watch my kids' movie, okay? So shut up.
Yep. Everybody be quiet. It's on.
I could just